And welcome to Benedetti Worley Stadium here on the campus of North Central College in Naperville, Illinois. We're getting set for the Class 2A IHSA Men's Soccer State Championship game. We've got quite a contrasting matchup coming up for you today. We've got the heavy favorites in Peoria Notre Dame Irish coming in with the record of 25-1 after yesterday's victory over the Waterloo Bulldogs, a 4-0 win over the now third place team in the state. And on the other hand, you have the Ridgewood Rebels. This is their first time ever playing for a state championship here in Class 2A. They come in with a record of 19-6-2. They won their semifinal match over the Rockets of Burlington Central, a 2-1 decision there. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. We'll start with the Peoria Notre Dame Irish, who will be wearing their away colors, the blue on blue. Their forward matchups, you got Vince Cicerelli, who is one of the key players. He comes in with 34 goals and 12 assists on the year. He scored yesterday. Matthew Buck and Cody Gillifin. The midfield matchup is Johnny Frampton, Kevin Whalen, and Alex Garcia. Brad Lazari, Nate Bell, Drew Olney, and Brett Lane make up your defensive pairing, and Mark Stride, a very talented goalkeeper, will be in net. He comes in 18 starts. He's only allowed 8 goals, a .44 goals against average on the season. Absolutely fantastic. For the Ridgewood Rebels, they're going to be wearing their home whites, white shorts, white top. Their forwards for today are Peter Soha, Tom Kuchek, Rafael Maslowski, and Masay Nguyen. And Andy Mazarak, Artur Kaczynski, Irvin Grepo, and Mike Kuchek are going to be your midfielders. Shemek Zabilski and Jacek Bilak will be the defensive pairing for the Rebels. And in goal is Vila Milanov, another very outstanding goalkeeper, made a lot of acrobatic saves in yesterday's semifinal victory. Milanov comes in with 24 games started. He's allowed 34 goals, 150 saves on the season, and 1.48 goals against average. And we're underway early, and a quick breakaway. And early, that's a good chance for Ridgewood. Both teams represented with great crowds. Peoria Notre Dame, certainly no stranger to the state championship match. They've been here the past 2 seasons, winning it all in 2008 and falling to St. Viator last year, another very talented team in the state championship game last year. And we said earlier, Ridgewood, they know they're the underdog and they relish that role. This is their first time in the state championship game. They've never even made it to the state semifinals, so they really are an unknown territory. And we're getting settled in here. And the 4th ranked team in the country nationally is the Peoria Notre Dame Irish. Clearly, many people think they're going to be the winner, but they don't play these games on paper. They play these games on the field, and you never know how these are going to turn out. Some players to watch for both sides of the ball. For the Irish, you got to start with Vince Cicerelli, 34 goals, 12 assists like we said already. A couple other players. Kevin Whalen, the midfielder for him, 12 goals, 12 assists on the season. And Cody Gillifin, a very skilled and talented forward. He's a senior. He comes in with 23 goals and 21 assists. The Ridgewood Rebels, it all starts and it all goes through Peter Soha. 36 goals on the season, 5 assists. He was held scoreless in yesterday's match, but he really does a nice job creating opportunities. He demands the attention of every defense he goes against, and Coach Mike Baer for the Peoria Notre Dame Irish, he certainly knows that. And they're going to have their eyes on number 9 all season, or all game long. And Notre Dame here getting some early pressure. Got several players in the box here, and Ridgewood's going to clear the box. Notre Dame settles it down. They get the ball on the near side here. Brad Lazari kicking the ball back up, and that's over to Matthew Buck. Matthew Buck didn't start the game yesterday, but getting the nod here today. And here come the Irish back up. They get a shot on goal, and that's knocked down by Vila Milanov. First shot on goal for the Irish.
Shot by Garcia. Milanov on the save.
And here comes Ridgewood, countering with their own attack. And Coach St. John for the Ridgewood Rebels really thinks that the style of play that Notre Dame plays will benefit his own team. They like to use the counter, and here we go, a quick breakaway. Here's Cicerelli, and he kicks one, a whistle blown, but that kick sailed wide on the near side post. Those are not the kind of plays you want to give up to one of the most talented players in the entire state of Illinois. Vince Cicerelli will bite you more times than not when you give him those kind of opportunities. Now the whistle blown here, the free kick for the Rebels. An absolutely perfect day here at North Central College in Naperville. Few clouds in the sky, sunshine all day, the wind blowing slightly, but it's not really going to affect any of the play on the field. Both teams looking forward to getting this one well underway. Here's Cicerelli here trying to bounce the ball, and that goes off of him. Out of bounds, it's going to be Ridgewood possession. In talking earlier that Ridgewood knows that they're the underdog. They've been the underdog the entire tournament, saying that their players love that role. And here comes Lazari. He's about to toss the ball in. Definitely going to use that mentality to their advantage. They know the challenge in front of them, but they think the speed that they have on their team can match up with Notre Dame's size, power, and everything that they bring to the table. Ridgewood, nice look here. It's 2-on-1. Let's see if they can get anything going. That Notre Dame defense, very, very stout. It's going to be tough to get many good looks on them, and they've got to capitalize on any chance they get during the game. And here comes Notre Dame here, back on the attack. They settle it down. Buck passes it back into his own defensive zone, and here they go, back up. And Zabielski trying to clear the ball, but he's unable to do so. Notre Dame back on the attack. Notre Dame usually plays a 4-3-3 zone offense, but they will change it up. Every now and then they'll play a flat back four, and it just depends. They have so much talent all through their roster, they're really able to adjust to what the opposing offenses are doing. That's one reason that they've been so successful all season long. Their lone loss, and another shot just wide of the net that wasn't on goal, but Milanov, another diving save, a very athletic goalkeeper.
Nice shot by Cicerelli.
Milanov yesterday against the Burlington Central Rockets did a great job maneuvering around the goal, getting some diving saves. He's got a very nice vertical leap, a couple times where a ball may have slid in on the top of the goal. He was able to knock it down or tip it out of bounds. And not to be outdone, Mark Streit on the other side of the ball for the Irish. His numbers are incredible on the season, 0.44 goals per game given up. But a lot of that, you have to give a credit to the defense. They don't give up a lot of looks to many teams. The lone loss the Irish have suffered this year came out of state to Carmondale in Missouri, one of the top teams in the state of Missouri. So certainly not a loss that would turn too many heads for the Irish. And here's Cicerelli again, tries to get a centering pass, but unable to capitalize. On a very nice look was Cody Gillifin, the 5'8" senior. That pass was a little bit behind him, but Milanov read that the whole way. He looked, and then as soon as he saw Gillifin come from behind, he knew exactly where that pass was going and was able to break that up. But again, another nice look for Notre Dame. Here's Cicerelli, or here's Gillifin one more time. The centering pass, a little bit behind the forwards for Notre Dame. And the keys here in the game from each coach, from Coach St. John of Ridgewood, consistency. We'll get back to the keys as we have a nice opportunity here for the Rebels. They're going to get a shot on goal, but Streit easily scoops that one up. Not a lot of power on that shot at all.
There's a shot.
But the three keys for the game: consistency for the Rebels. They want to maintain pressure most of the game. If they're going to give up a goal here or there, which they think they might give up a goal, it's tough to defend such a talented offense. But if they remain consistent defensively and offensively, they're going to create their own looks. And with the skilled forwards that they have, they might be able to capitalize on some of their looks as well. Another key for Ridgewood: maintain possession. It's just like football. The longer you keep your offense on the field, the less time the opposition has a chance to score. They know that Notre Dame has a ton of talent, like we keep saying, but as long as they can keep the ball away from them, they think they've got a very, very good chance, given the fact that they've got skill of their own. And finish shots. If they get a look, they want to get that shot on goal. They can't squander any opportunities that Notre Dame's going to give them today. Then on the other side of the ball, Notre Dame score early. They don't want to go into a close matchup like they had yesterday against Waterloo, who came away with the third-place trophy earlier today. And here we go, a nice look for Ridgewood. He was heavily defended, though. He gets a shot off nowhere near the net. But score early for the Irish. They know if they can get on the board, use that depth to their advantage, wear down on the other team. If they get Ridgewood down in the hole early, they might get overconfident, or they might overcompensate and give up some mistakes and allow Notre Dame to make some big plays. And also match Ridgewood's intensity. Ridgewood knows they're the underdog. Notre Dame knows Ridgewood is going to come out playing as hard as they can. They want to knock off the best team in 2A. And if they can match that intensity early, they think they've got a very, very good chance. And third key, simply be aware of Peter Soha. Soha only 2 goals away from tying the school record of 38. He comes in with 36 goals on the season. He was held scoreless yesterday, like we said, against Belleville. And there's another diving stop, a shot on goal there for the Irish. And Cicerelli corrals the ball back near the line. Cicerelli almost gets a hand on it, and Gillifin was there trying to get the head, but that ball just a little bit over him. And another stop there. And a great opportunity. This is exactly what Notre Dame's looking to do, try to get some crossing passes, try to get some more looks, but Milanov, again, making a lot of acrobatic, athletic stops for the Rebels. There could have been a goal on 2 different looks for the Irish already. We're a little over 10 minutes into this match already. No score on the board. Here comes Notre Dame up on the far side. Here's Gillifin. Notre Dame trying to set up the Rebel defense. And right there, nice defensive stop for, that was Artur Minchuk. And clearing the zone are the Rebels. And Brad Lazari here out to midfield, going to try to find an open. Notre Dame just settles back into their own zone a second, trying to get set on the offensive side of the ball. They take it back into Rebel territory. And here's Matthew Buck one more time, playing midfielder today. Lazari back to Buck in the center, just trying to set up the Rebels, trying to find some open space on the field. And that pass just out of the reach of Gillifin, but it goes right back to Buck. And Buck might look for Lazari, pass it back. No, he goes right back to Cicerelli. Cicerelli, great speed and power. And he tries centering that ball, but the Ridgewood defense bats it away. It goes right into Andy Meschurek. Tom Kuchek was there also to kick the ball away. And that ball rolls out of bounds. That's gonna get the ball right back to the Irish. And here's Buck one more time. Gets that back up. He's got Alex Garcia, who assisted on 2 goals yesterday from corner kicks. Both the goals from the same corner yesterday looked almost identical. Garcia with the corner kick, and Brett Lane headed both of those goals in on Waterloo. All 4 goals yesterday coming in the second half. So something to keep in mind for Ridgewood. I'm sure they're well aware of the talent that Garcia has of in the ball from the corner. Notre Dame trying to set up here one more time. And this is Garcia. Garcia, nice pass, and here comes Cicerelli. Nice little kick, gets it up. And Irish are getting on the board. Is that Cicerelli one more time? Cicerelli. The ball floats up. Enabled to knock the ball in. That's Johnny Frampton, the midfielder, on the goal. Frampton coming in here with 9 goals on his own. Make it 10 for the season. And Johnny Frampton, who had an assist in yesterday's win over the Waterloo Bulldogs, adds a goal here, the first goal of the state championship game. And early on, that goal, a little over 13 minutes, 13:01 into the first half. And that's one of the keys to the game that we were talking about for the Irish. Score early. They got that done. And here comes the kick for the Rebels. Rebels early on need to do a better job of clearing their own zone and getting some more pressure on the Irish defense. They're able to play up pretty far. Only 3 of them hanging back there right now. And Gillifin one more time. He's got a man. He's got Cicerelli open. See if he tries to center for Cicerelli, and he tries, but that pass a little bit behind him. Ridgewood tries to clear, but he kicks it right into the Irish midfielders. And Gillifin one more time on that far edge. Tries to center it, but so far, and a little contact there, and we're going to get a whistle, and that's going to go in favor of the Rebels. And they'd waste no time getting the ball right back off. They pass it up the mid, a little more contact there. And a whistle going to be called. Brett Lane going to be called on the foul. In Sabielski kicks the ball in, and that one floats, and Stride is right there, just corrals the ball. He's going to hold on to it here for a second, wait for his team to get down the field a little bit, and a nice kick. And Garcia tried taking it, but Rebels do a nice job stripping him of the ball right away. And here come the Rebels. But Brett Lane throws the ball in. He gets it over to Garcia. Garcia looking up midfield. That's Kevin Whalen, another talented senior. Gets it to Buck. Buck back up to Cody Gillifin. Buck squares it up. He finds Brett Lane on the near side. And Lane tries to get one, and they look for the header, and Milanov went up for it. He's lying on the ground a little bit, gets up on his own power, limping a little bit. But Milanov with his back turned to the play. Brett Lane trying to clear the ball, and he does so again with the header. Irvin Greppo playing the ball on the far side. Both teams fighting for possession of the ball. That goes right back into the defenders. The physicality of the game starting to pick up a little bit. Something we expected from Ridgewood. They've got to take it to the Irish, and they know it. And here they go. They got 4 forwards up in the zone. And Lazari able to crowd the ball, gets it back, and the Irish settle back down. And here comes Gillifin. Gillifin trying to fight off 2 defenders. He gets a shot off, and it's off the top crossbar. And here comes Cicerelli. Cicerelli had a shot. He had Milanov beat, and he kicks it wide left to the near post. And another odd man opportunity for the Irish, unable to capitalize. A lot of good looks already here for Peoria Notre Dame. Ridgewood fortunate, but that one didn't go in. And here's a one-on-one breakaway. And another nice defensive play by the Irish. That time it's Drew Olney. And back to Matthew Buck. And that pass almost taken away, and the Irish fight him off. And here come the Irish one more time, trying to fight up. And those 4 defenders here for Ridgewood doing so far a nice job trying to fight off the defenders. Trying not to give up any more odd man rushes. Notre Dame's had 3 already. And Zabielski kicks it out, gets it off. Nice passing so far. And here comes Ridgewood back on the attack. Artur Krasinski. Krasinski gets it again, and they on the far side playing up the field. And a turnover there, and the Irish just kick it out of bounds wisely. It's going to be Rebel ball. And Cicerelli coming in from his forward position, going to center himself right in the box, and a nice header, and that's going to go back out of bounds. That's going to set up a corner kick here for the Ridgewood Rebels. Let's see if he can get any air under this ball. Try to get an opportunity here for his offense. Kicks in, nice kick, and they tried to head it, but it was thwarted away by the Irish right away, and that ball's going to just roll out of bounds. Rebels ball again. And Nguyen, strong throw toward the goal. And unable to do anything with it are the Rebels. And Nguyen again keeps the ball in, tries to center it. Here come the Rebels, are going to get a shot off, and it sails over the goal. Mark Stride didn't have to make a play on it, about 10 feet over the goal, but a nice centering pass and a nice look there for Ridgewood. Definitely something to build on, something to keep an eye on as this game progresses for Ridgewood. And the Ridgewood faithful starting to get into it. And Cicerelli again whiffs on the ball, and that's going to be in favor of the Rebels. And here comes the Irish one more time. Lane passes the ball back up. Here's Garcia. Garcia finds Cicerelli. Cicerelli tries to center the ball, and that just goes wide again. They've had that look about 4 or 5 times already in this game. And Cody Gilfin unable to do anything with it. But they're going to keep getting those chances, and if the Rebels are going to give them those opportunities, eventually you would think the Irish are going to capitalize on one of them. Already down by 1 goal. Ridgewood. Goalie Milanov kicks it out. And the Irish keep it in. Here's Cicerelli with the header, but he's beaten out. And Jacek Bilak, the defenseman. 6'2", so he's got some good range. Could definitely beat out Cicerelli on a couple of those headers. And Strite just picks the ball back up, doesn't want to risk giving up any shots on goal. Going to carry it out himself and just toss it over. And here's Nguyen again. And that ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for the Irish. And talking to Coach St. John for Ridgewood before the game, he feels that a lot of things that we said earlier, especially the counter, some of the things that Ridgewood does well are things that he thinks Notre Dame are very, very susceptible to. And so Garcia, fancy kick there, but it goes right into Bilak's hands right there. Bilak plays the ball in, and some physical play there, and it's going to go out of bounds. And a goal kick for the Irish. Druoli going to put this ball in play. And on the near side, Garcia left wide open. And if he gets that ball, if he can streak up and get a odd man rush, Ridgewood clears it. Mazzari one more time, dumps it in. That's Cody Gilfin. Gilfin streaking up the field, and he finds Cicerelli one more time. Cicerelli has his man beat. And that ball rolls out of bounds before he can catch up to it. And a whistle blown here. We got a substitution for the Irish. And Johnny Frampton going out for Notre Dame. And Matthew Buck, nice job keeping the ball in. And here's Cicerelli one more time. He's got Cody Gillifin. And another smart defensive play. That's Sabelski again. Rebels just not taking any chances with this talented Irish squad. Gillifin, we saw yesterday, he's got a very, very strong arm. See where he takes it. Gets it right in the mid. And both the forwards there for the Irish, unable to get ahead on it. Here comes Notre Dame one more time. Dylan Stockman there trying to make a play in the ball, but unable to do so. Here comes Ridgewood playing the ball back up. Ridgewood with a nice job, good pass right there. They go up the far sideline. And as good a speed as Notre Dame has, Ridgewood's got a lot of players that can run with those Irish forwards, mid-defensemen. So Coach Mike Bear very, very aware of the speed and skill of the forwards for the Rebels.
Into the Rebel lineup.
And here's Drew Olney one more time. Gonna play the ball. Gets on the goal kick, kicks it past the midline. Ridgewood with the ball, but Notre Dame tries defending with it, but it goes right into the hands of Korchek. And Matthew Buck tries to get the ball to Gillifin, but Gillifin double teamed right there. That ball wasn't going to get to him. Ridgewood trying to play the ball up, trying to stretch the field there, but Notre Dame turns that away very easily. And Drew Olney gets it to Lazario. Lazario looking ahead. He's got Cicerelli in front of him. Dumps it off to Garcia. Garcia trying to do something with it, but he's defended really well again by Korchek. And Ridgewood kind of looked like they didn't know what they wanted to do with the ball there, and they just dump it off. Rebels trying to make something happen. They get the kick off, and that's going to go wide on the right-hand side now. Straight. Read that one the entire way, and only goes back for the goal kick. Again, both schools represented by very, very nice crowds. Peoria, right in the heart of Illinois. Ridgewood, not too far from the outside of Chicago on the north-hand side, right near Norridge. And some fancy passing there. Garcia and Gillifin trying to trade the ball back and forth, but Ridgewood steals the ball. And some skilled passing, but that ball sails out of bounds. Peter Soha trying to do something with it. Soha so far has been quiet in this game. And Soha held scoreless, held scoreless in yesterday's match. Trying to make something happen in the championship game. But so far here in the early going, it doesn't seem as if Ridgewood is at all intimidated by Notre Dame. Notre Dame coming in with a heck of a reputation. And here comes Cicerelli. Cicerelli carrying the ball up through midfield. He's got three defenders around him trying to crash on him, and he's tripped up from behind. And that's going to get whistled here against the Rebels. Now Guyen chased him down from behind, and their feet got tangled, and Cicerelli went down. He gets up, unaffected on the play. And it's going to be a free kick about 25 yards out from the goal. And Drew Olney comes up from his defensive position. He's going to take the kick. And we're waiting for play to resume. The clock is stopped at 13:46, remaining in the half. One of the refs conferring with one of the line judges. And we'll see what this is. As play starts to resume again. And Olney getting set here for the free kick. Both teams in position. And Olney gets a shot in, and Milanov one more time makes a diving save. Didn't have a lot of air under that ball. An easy save there by Milanov. But quick to pounce on that ball, a nice job. Both teams' crowds starting to get into the game. They've been loud the entire time, and now we're going to get another whistle here, and that's going to go in favor of the Rebels.
Yellow card is the lane.
And it's going to be a free kick for Ridgewood this time, almost in the exact same place that Drew Olney just kicked his just a moment ago. And it's going to be Shemek Sibielski to take the kick. He's there with Peter Soha. We'll see which one of them. Soha lined up for it. And we've also got a substitution coming in here for the Ridgewood. And Naguyan coming into the game. He's going to take his spot right next to those Notre Dame defensemen. And here's the kick. Soha gets it in. Didn't get a lot under it. And that ball's just going to roll out of bounds. Rebels maintain possession of the ball. And they played in there quick, trying to catch Notre Dame off guard perhaps, and almost a handball. One of the defenders didn't see exactly who that was. Crowd of people put his hand up. Didn't make any contact, but almost a handball there on the Rebels. And Street plays the ball right back toward midfield, and he's got Gillifin one more time. And the ball turned over here to Ridgewood. Naguyan. And ball goes out of bounds, and that's going to go in favor of the Irish. Under 13 minutes left to play in the first half. Score right now, 1-0 in favor of Peoria Notre Dame. And since the IHSA split the classes in soccer, going to a 3-class system, and that ball headed and sails out of bounds. Since they split the system, Peoria Notre Dame has at least played in the state championship game both years that it's gone, instead of getting to having the opportunity to play some of those 3A teams, which many people feel that Notre Dame would have a very good shot at contending for a state championship in Class 3A. As that ball sails over the head of Gillifin, unable to get the header on it, and Ridgewood takes possession. But since the IHSA has gone 3 classes in the state of Illinois, Notre Dame has been the class of the field, but Ridgewood so far hanging tough, down by a goal, but showing no signs of hesitation, going for the ball and challenging the Notre Dame players. That ball inbounded to Garcia. Goes out of bounds off Garcia's foot, and here comes Ridgewood. And Irving Greppel gonna throw it in, but we got a stoppage of play. Looks like an equipment check on Irving Greppel. And Mazzari outduels Valaushin. Gets the header on him, and here comes Garcia once more. Garcia got some room. He just passes it back to Matthew Buck. Buck looking right. And here's Kevin Whalen. Whalen tries to stretch the defense, but that ball is just going to go out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick here. And Milanov going to play this ball himself. Milanov, not a very strong kick, doesn't really get it as far as maybe he'd like. It goes right into Notre Dame's hands. And Garcia one more time tries to get it to Cicerelli. Cicerelli chases it down, and it goes out of bounds. He's going to inbound the ball himself. And another stoppage play here, as Notre Dame's got a substitution. Kevin Whalen leaving the game.
Johnny Frampton back in for Notre Dame.
And that time Lazari inbounds the ball, gets it to Cicerelli. Cicerelli goes down, and that's going to go against the Rebels. Some contact by both players, but instigated that time by Jacek Bilak. Garcia with that strong leg. He assisted on those 2 goals yesterday from the corner. He's going to take this kick. Notre Dame's going to go with 5 attackers in the box this time. And Garcia, a nice look, but there's Milanov. He bats the ball away, gets outside the box, but a good job just swatting the ball away for the goal. Keep Milanov. Ooh, and we got some more contact that time. It looked like that was Lane making contact with, we'll find out who that was, but landed on his back fairly hard. That looks like Jacek Bilak. And that was Bilak going down hard. And Rebel get the ball in Irish territory. Irish get it right back though. Garcia driving with the ball. Garcia takes it himself, and he tries centering the pass. But the Rebel defense one more time, that clears the box. And that time, Drew Olney stripped by the Rebels. And a very nice pass that time, straddles the inbound line. It looked like Andy Mazurak was gonna just kick that ball out of bounds, but it stayed in the entire time, goes all the way down to the near side corner for the Irish. It's gonna be a free kick now for the Irish. Some contact made after the play there by Lazari. But both players for the Rebels and the Irish thought that ball was going out of bounds. Nobody chased after that ball, and then it started straddling that line. Then they both raced after it, and then the contact after. And then here comes Gillifin. He gets the ball. That's Cicerelli. He whiffs on the ball, goes for the kick, but misses entirely. The Ridgewood crowd having a laugh at his expense. But another nice opportunity here for the Irish. Again, much like yesterday, held scoreless in the first half, but having a lot of opportunities and wearing down teams is one of the things that Coach Mike Barr wants to do. He knows he has a lot of depth, strength, and speed. And in that second half, they know they want to capitalize on the opportunities that they're going to get. And here comes Bilak, in balls to bound. And here's Soha. Soha been kept very quiet. He tries keeping that ball in play, but that's going to go out of bounds. And it's going to be a goal kick for the Irish. Strike going to take the ball. Hand it off to Drew Olney again. Olney handling all the goal kick. And Ridgewood heads that ball back into Irish territory, but Garcia right there, as he's been all game long, just hanging around the midfield, and he's been very, very good at taking those balls away. And Gillifin trying to get the ball defended very well. That's Sibelski again, all over. And a whistle's going to be called, and that's going to go in Irish favor. Looked like Gillifin may have sold that a little bit. His back was turned, and he was leaning into the Rebel defender, and he falls down, but the whistle was called, and that's going to go in Irish's favor. And Gillifin kicks that ball, and the header by Cicerelli goes over the goal, and that's going to be a goal kick. Milanov going to take that. Milanov, though, in this game, doing a very nice job keeping his head up, getting in front of a lot of these balls, knocking down a lot of those possible header opportunities. Brett Lane kicks it back in. We're right back at him. That's Mike Kuchek. Haven't called his name very often. He had a nice game yesterday against Waterloo, or Burlington Central for that. And Straight plays that one, plays it right back out to Matthew Buck. Buck again with the ball near the midfield. He's got Garcia, then he's got Cicerelli on the left-hand side. And that's it would be Irish ball. Lazari looking for it. They go right back to Cicerelli. Cicerelli tries to go over top Jacek Belak, but Belak right there to get the ball away. One more time is going to be a kick for the Irish. Whistle a dangerous play. A high kick there by Belak. Cody Gillifin taking the kick. Taggers moving in. And a nice job by Cicerelli trying to get a good look at that ball, but it goes wide left of the post again. Notre Dame trying to set that play up several times already, trying to get that ball, float it in front of the goal, and let the 6'2" Vince Cicerelli try to headbutt that ball in, or Garcia. Brett Lane's another one of those players they try to get those balls to. Taller player, he's got a good vertical leap. And Gillifin tries to pass it, put the header there by Sabielski. One more time, Sabielski very active here in the first half, doing a nice job defensively. And the Rebels, even though they're down by a goal, doing a nice job neutralizing that attack for the Irish, not giving them too many good looks. They're going to get their opportunities as long as they're not able to capitalize. A lot of contact, 2 Rebel players down. They're going to whistle Irish possession. And Naguyen, one of the players down.
Tripping violation, the direct kick.
And they rule out tripping. It's going to set up a direct kick here for the Irish. And both teams getting set up here. That ball about a little over 20 yards out from the goal. Milanov staring that ball down. And that ball in, and that will go in. Drew Olney had a goal yesterday, now he takes the free kick. And he doesn't even get any air under it, and he beats Milanov on Milanov's right-hand side. He dove for the ball, but it just snuck in on the near side post. And Olney, with only a little bit of time remaining in the first half, gives the Irish a 2-0 lead. Unassisted on that one. That goal coming at the 37-38 mark of the first half. As they play the ball, and it's in the Irish territory. Back to Cicerelli. Cicerelli passes back. He finds Matthew Buck. Matthew Buck goes right back. Tried to get it to Nate Bell, but Nate Bell stripped of the ball, and here comes Ridgewood. Ridgewood on the attack, trying to center the ball. And that's Naguyen. Naguyen tries centering it, but Lane there to head the ball out of the box. And Ridgewood gets a goal, gets a kickoff, but left of the net. And we're under 2 minutes here left in the first half. Notre Dame has a 2-0 lead here in the state championship match. And only one more time, a strong kick into Rebel territory. And that ball kicked ahead. Here's Cicerelli. He's got one defender to beat. That's Siabelski. Cicerelli tried centering that pass, but that ball just going off the foot of Jacek Belak. And now here we got a corner kick Remember, the Irish scored on 2 of these yesterday, both off of kicks from this guy, Alex Garcia. And Garcia not able to get as much air underneath that ball as they would have liked. Tried setting that play up just like they did yesterday, when Lane was able to put 2 goals in the net. And Lazzari's going to play this ball, and he's just going to watch it go out of bounds. Lazzari throwing it in, just dumps it off to his defenseman Lane. Lane back to Lazzari. And Lazzari tripped up from behind. That's going to be a whistle. Irving Greppo called on the trip there. And Nguyen heads the ball out of bounds. The Irish trying to hurry up, trying to get a kick off before the half ends, and they're not going to do so. And that's going to do it for the first half here in the Class 2A state championship game. Peoria Notre Dame leading the Ridgewood Rebels 2-0. We're going to take a short break and come back with second half action right here on IHSA.org. And we're back here at Benedetti Worley Stadium on the campus of North Central College in Naperville, Illinois, getting set for the second half action of the IHSA Class 2A State Boys Championship game. Just a heads up, later in the month, we're just getting started on our state championship coverage here. On November 19th and 20th, we will be streaming live the IHSA Girls Swimming and Diving Championships. That's going to be live from Evanston, Illinois. And later in the month, we have the Fall Classic, the IHSA State Football Championships, 1A through Class 8A. That's on November 26th and 27th down at the University of Illinois campus in Champaign-Urbana. So a couple things to look forward to here. And as we get set here for the second half, definitely some adjustments going to have to be made by Ridgewood to try and get more pressure on the defense for the Notre Dame Irish. And as far as the first half play, minus the free kick that Notre Dame scored on toward the end of the first half, it's been a very, very well played game by the Rebels. They gave up the goal early on to Johnny Frampton. Frampton had that goal at the 13:01 mark of the first half. And to double the lead at the 37:38 mark of the first half was Drew Olney, like we said, on that free kick that just snuck into the right-hand side of the goal on the goalkeeper Milanov, who's done a very, very nice job so far. This game could have been out of reach already if it weren't for the fine play of the Rebels goalkeeper, making a handful of very athletic and acrobatic stops. Something he's done, and a trip going to be called here. That's going to be on Peter Soha. He tripped up Brett Lane trying to carry that ball. Lane gets right back up. Looks like he's laughing about it a little bit. And Soha, again, the star player here for the Ridgewood Rebels, held scoreless, hasn't been able to get too many looks here, if any at all, on the Notre Dame goalkeeper. And Mark Stride doing a very nice job. The times that he's been challenged, he's been up to it. And here we go again. Irish gonna throw the ball in on the far side. And Gilfillan tosses that ball in. And we want to say hi to Ben Gilfillan out in Hong Kong, the brother of number 21. He's out in Hong Kong working for JP Morgan Chase. He wants to see Notre Dame Irish get a state championship here, a former alumni of the school. And thanks for watching out in Hong Kong. And Matthew Buck takes the ball back. And back over to Lane. Lane gives it to Bell. Bell on the far side, loses control, and another whistle called. That's going to be on the Rebels one more time. And Cicerelli tripped up again. Took one of those in the first half. And we have a Ridgewood player down on the turf, and the athletic trainers come out to take a look for him. And we'll get a name to go along with that player who's down on the turf right now. Hopefully he's okay. And the athletic trainers for both these teams, Kathy Wells out of Great Plains Orthopedics for the Notre Dame Irish, They do a fantastic job here in the state championship game and throughout the entire season for all of these teams. Unfortunately, we don't have a name to go along with the Ridgewood Rebels for their athletic training staff, but I'm sure they do an absolutely fantastic job with both of these programs, and so they can't be thanked enough for the work that they do. And that player's still down on the turf. It looks like he's getting up on his own power now, able to walk off, so that's nice to see there. Didn't get a clear look at exactly what happened, if he took a cleat or if he fell awkwardly. Could be holding his shoulder there, it looks like. And here we go, play is gonna resume, and it is gonna be Notre Dame possession. And Cicerelli moving around there among the attackers, and it's gonna be Gilfillan to kick the ball. And a nice centering pass, but that goes off the Ridgewood Rebel defender. And held in there. Good job there keeping the ball in there for Nate Bell of the Irish. And Brett Lane gives it back off to Matthew Buck. Buck back over to Olney. Olney scores the ball, and he sends that back off to Gilfillan. Gilfillan inbounds the ball very quickly, gets that over to Cicerelli. The two of them in the first half tried to set each other up on numerous occasions, unable to get anything going between the two of them. Whether it be passes behind them, in front of them, or over top them, just unable to get that going. And we have a whistle called, and that's going to go against Ridgewood. And Milanov going to take the ball himself with the goal kick. And the scoreboard might not be an accurate depiction of how well Ridgewood really has played. Had to go on the defensive most of this game. The forwards for Notre Dame had done a very nice job, and no whistle called. Could have been a trip. He tripped over the ball. That was Matthew Buck falling on the turf. But Ridgewood doing a very nice job against Notre Dame. And the ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be, as Nate Bell tossing the ball back in, and Gilfillan trying to chase the ball down, unable to do so. It goes out of bounds. Rebels are going to take the ball. Milanov going to kick it out one more time. Milanov been very active so far. We're in the early stages of the second half. Score 2-0 in favor of the Irish. And Bell one more time. He heads it toward his teammate Johnny Frampton. Frampton, who had a goal earlier in the game to put the Irish up 1-0. And back to Frampton. Gilfillan tried to find Frampton, but that ball kicked right out of bounds right away by Irvin Greppo. And Greppo on the defense trying to keep Gilfillan in check. Gilfillan centers that ball. A nice pass, and the header thwarted away by... That was by Nayugin, and that one just sneaks in, and it looked like the ball tipped off the hands of Milanov, and that was...
Number 15, Kevin Whalen.
Kevin Whalen getting the goal. That was a sneaky looking goal in the celebration there by the Irish. And it looked as if at first that Milanov had the save, but it bounced off of his hands. The very, very sure-handed Milanov all tournament long allows that one to sneak in. And all of a sudden, at the 44-33 mark of the game, it's 3-0 Irish. And it appears as if that a yellow card was issued to Kevin Whalen, perhaps for unsportsmanlike conduct for celebrating.
Yellow card issued to number 15, Kevin
There's a
Whalen.
stoppage of play before the kickoff and didn't get a clear look at what was going on. But Whalen heads off to the sideline. I'm sure Coach Mike Bear is going to have a word or two with him. Certainly not something you want to see. You want to see your players excited, but excess celebration on the part of the Irish, and Whalen sent to the bench for the time.
Drew Whalen into the Notre Dame lineup.
And play resumes. And Ridgewood stripped of the ball. Good job there. Irvin Greppo had possession, but Nate Bell was able to strip the ball right away. And you can see the intensity starting to pick up on both sides, especially on Ridgewood. They know down 3 goals to nothing that they need to get something going fast. They need to pressure that defense, get some good looks, try to get that ball out in space. And the Ridgewood crowd trying to get their players fired up a little bit. They've played a very, very nice game. They've played a good competitive game the entire time so far. They don't want to see their players get their heads down. They want to keep it in, keep the fight in the players. See if they can try to notch a goal here and get back into this one. Notre Dame tries to get possession of it. Matthew Buck dumps it off. Gets it over to Lane, back over to Buck. Near midfield, he's played by Peter Soha, the speedster. Peoria doing a nice job keeping Soha in check, their leading scorer on the season. Soha comes into this game with 38 goals and 5 assists on the season. And Notre Dame back on the attack, trying to get it in, and it was Gilfillan. Lost control a little bit, and that ball just barely wide of the goal on the right-hand side of Milanoff, and that'll set up a goal kick here for the Rebels. That ball sent back in play toward midfield, and the Irish keep it in. Matthew Buck keeps possession of that ball. He sends that one over. That's Drew Whalen, who took the place of Kevin Whalen after the yellow card was issued. And here comes Greppo. Greppo with the ball, a little bit too far in front of him. And here goes Whalen one more time. He sends it up. That's Cody Gilfillan trying to play the ball, and he does so. Defended there, and a trip from behind.
Tripping.
Artur Minchuk was trying to defend. Looked like he went for the ball, but he just got way too far behind him. Tripped up Gilfillan, and that's going to be a free kick here.
Yellow card issued number 5.
And a yellow card going to be issued here to Shemek Zabielski of the Ridgewood Rebels. And Gilfillan gets set here for the kick. Gonna wait for his team to get going. We gotta wait for the officials here. So now both teams with 1 yellow card. Being unsportsmanlike for Zabielski. And Kevin Whalen being issued that yellow card a little bit earlier on for excessive celebration. As we wait for the referees. If you take a look at just some of the records that Peoria Notre Dame has in here in the state of Illinois, not only is this the 3rd consecutive season that they've been to the state championship match, they're looking for their 3rd state title in school history. This being their 6th appearance in the state championship game. Peoria won it back in 2004 in Class A and were the runner-up back in 2001 to Lisle Academy, or excuse me, to Bennett Academy in Lisle, which is just down the road here from Naperville. Then 2008, beating Sacred Heart Griffin by a score of 3-0 in the state championship game. Then we mentioned earlier, falling to St. Viator 1-0 last season. And Milanov there, able to corral the ball. No trouble handling that one. And Milanov kicks it back to midfield. Ball's going to be held in there. Bell heads it. Gets it back over to Whalen. Whalen tries to keep the ball. That ball kicked out of bounds by the Rebels. Andy Mazurek there on the defense. And it's going to set up a kick here for the Irish. Drew Olney. He's got 1 goal already in the game. Came on a free kick earlier today. And Notre Dame plays it in the Rebel offensive zone. They get it in the box. And a short breakaway, and they put it in, and they score one more time. That's going to put the score 4-0. Cody Gilfillan, fantastic move that he put on the defense. And the Irish pulling away 4-0. That goal coming at the 48-54 mark. And so 2 goals in the early stages of the second half. And right now it's Notre Dame just doing anything they want right now offensively, getting a ton of looks, and it's very, very similar to what happened yesterday when they played Waterloo. Just set them up and they just wore them down over and over, and an offside's called here on the Irish. And the Rebels here trying to get it in. Kicked it too far deep. It was looking for Soha. Now the Irish defense just swarming, and an errant pass picked off there by Drew Olney one more time. And Greppo trying to get control of the ball, unable to do so. And Greppo trying to center the ball, but the Irish defense once again standing tall. And here comes Notre Dame one more time. That's Garcia coming up. Gets it to Cody Gilfillan, who just scored a goal here a moment ago. And that's taken by Greppo one more time. Greppo wins space, trying to get something going. Sends it off. That pass back over to Greppo. Greppo passes back. Looked like he's going for Nayugin. And an errant pass. A little confusion. That pass sent in between Greppo and Peter Soha. Neither player really knew where the ball was headed, and Notre Dame takes it back. Rebels going to throw the ball in here. Naguyan, strong throw. And he was looking for Andy Mazurek. Mazurek unable to get the header on it. A nice little defensive kick there, but the Irish still had the ball in possession in the offensive zone. And here we go, Ridgewood back on the attack, trying to get the ball up, looking for Soha, the speedster. Soha unable to do anything with it. The pass was too far in front of him. And Nate Bell gets the ball back, and here's Kevin Whalen back in the game after that yellow card. And Arturo Krasinski. And that shot there by Vince Cicerelli goes over top the goal to set up a goal kick here. Milanov one more time, gonna take it. Milanov gets it out toward midfield, but kept in there by the Irish. That's Garcia. Garcia trying to beat his man, and a little contact there, no harm, no foul. And Garcia tripped up, and that's gonna get whistled. That's gonna give a free kick here to the Irish. Ridgewood down 4 goals right now, but you're not going to notice that by the effort. Still trying to give it everything they've got, still trying to get more offensive opportunities, but they've got to clear the ball out of their own defensive zone. And the free kick here, and that's going to sail over top the goal, well over top the goal. Milanov. And the Ridgewood crowd one more time trying to get their team into it. Milanoff gets it not quite past midfield. And Nate Bell playing a little further up than he has been most of the day. And he gets knocked down, and he might get a call there. Looks like Greppo not happy with one of his teammates, gave him a little nudge there. That was Artur Kaczynski. Irish get the free kick, and they give it to Kevin Whalen. Over to Gilflin. Garcia taking a look at it, not able to do anything. That covered well by Ridgewood. So Garcia fights for it and tries to get possession, but Ridgewood wins the battle there. Ridgewood trying to play the ball upfield. Got to get the ball in space. They're covered pretty well. They do so. Here comes Ridgewood. Here's Nayugin. And Nayugin called for the foul that time. And Irish take possession one more time. Kevin Whalen trying to advance the ball back up, and he was looking for Cicerelli, thinking he was going to go left. But Cicerelli went the opposite direction and unable to catch up with that ball. It's going to be another kick for Milanoff. Milanoff been very busy all day long. Early on, made a number of athletic saves. He's been doing it all weekend long. But with the amount of chances, and here's another one. Here's Gilflin. Gilflin puts it in, his second goal of the game, and it's 5-0. Notre Dame here in the 2A state championship match. Gilflin had a breakaway and knew what to do with it. He gets it right on the money, and he finds the back of the net one more time.
52-47.
That goal coming at the 53-47 mark here in the second half. And it just appears here late in the second half that attrition, the depth for Notre Dame starting to take over, just starting to out-muscle Ridgewood here in this contest. Ridgewood, though, not giving up, giving a great effort. And here's Nayugin trying to center the pass, but that goes to Kevin Whalen, who boots one well over the goal. And that goes past the track, actually. And Ridgewood trying to clear their zone one more time. Had a little trouble doing that here in the second half. And Greppo one more time trying to control the ball. He's looking for one of their talented forwards for the Rebels. He was looking for Rafal Maslowski. And Street just bats the ball away. Kind of dangerous, though. They've got Matt Peck there for Ridgewood. He was covered one-on-one, but he had the position on Notre Dame. And we get a free kick here for the Rebels. See if they can score one off a free kick. That Irish scored one earlier. Their second goal of the game coming off a free kick. And he's got some power, and he's just a little bit frustrated. Mark Streit there. Makes an easy save, gives it over to Matthew Buck. And Buck's pass off a defender for the Rebels. It goes off of Andy Mazurak. And that pass intended for Soha. Soha, though, he fights for the ball and he wins possession. Soha, first time he's had much of a chance here in the first half. He tries to get a shot off, but that's blocked off the defender for the Irish. And the Irish clear it back out. And here's Cicerelli. Cicerelli racing down the side. A little contact with Nayugin. And that ball out of bounds, and here's Cody Gilflin. Going to give that to Cicerelli, who's going to inbound the ball on the far side. And we have a substitution here for Peoria Notre Dame. And here comes Cicerelli. Cicerelli looking for a look, and he tries center in the pass, but that goes off the defender. And Gilflin tries to play the ball in the corner, and that's going to go off of Ridgewood. Gilflin, again, he's got that strong arm. See where he tries to put the ball this time on the inbound. And that time, passes it a little further back. He finds Brett Lane. Brett Lane loses. And offsides called there on Ridgewood. Peoria Notre Dame wasting no time though, trying to get the ball right back in. Garcia taking the ball on the far side, looking for Gilflin. Or that was Cicerelli rather. And out of bounds. Rebels inbound the ball, but Irish take control of it right away. Here's Garcia one more time, moving upfield. He's got a lot of space to work with. He tries putting one on net, and that's going to go from about 15 yards out. Garcia gets on the board himself, adding to an already impressive lead. It's now 6-0 in favor of the Irish. Just pulling away late in the second half.
Goal by Alex Garcia.
At the 17:56 mark of the game, Alex Garcia getting his first goal here in the 2A state championship game. And Notre Dame leads 6-0. And here's another possible breakaway. Cicerelli that time stripped of the ball. And Matthew Buck trying to look, and he's got one more goal. And Notre Dame adding one more. An easy breakaway, Vince Cicerelli. And almost an embarrassment of riches this time. It's now 7-0. In favor of the Notre Dame Irish. And we get set to play here again. And the Rebels inbound the ball, that's it. And Garcia knocked down. There's going to be a whistle called here. That's going to go in favor of the Rebels. Ridgewood looking for an inbound there. And Notre Dame gets the ball back up, just settles it back down in his own defensive zone. And Gilflin, looked like the ball was going to bounce to him, but over his head. And here comes Ridgewood one more time.
If there's a 7-goal differential, anytime after the start of the second half, the clock shall be reduced by half of the remaining time. Thus, there are 10 minutes and 26 seconds left remaining in the game.
And with the goal now, we have just over 10 minutes remaining in this contest. Ridgewood now trying to set up in the offensive zone. And a nice look there, a centering pass, looking for Soha. Soha fighting. Soha been kept in check all afternoon long. And for the Rebels, they try to center it one more time, and Notre Dame's going to watch that one go out of bounds for Fall Maslowski. Tried centering it for Peter Soha one more time. And the last time that we saw a state championship game this lopsided be 1997 in the Class A state title game. Springfield High School beating out St. Joseph 7-0. Now we're under 10 minutes to play here in the later stages of the second half of the Class 2A state championship game. Notre Dame taking the ball up one more time. That's Gilflin. Passes the ball up ahead. He's looking for Dylan Stockman. Stockman can't do anything with that. That ball goes out of bounds. And Notre Dame one more time. Getting inbound the ball, it's going to be Cody Gilfillan. Or a free kick rather, not a throw in. Gilfillan sends that one up and goes over the heads of everybody. But Notre Dame trying to get a kick there and having a chance at it. Was Nate Bell. Nate Bell not able to do anything with that. A sliding attempt. Now here comes Ridgewood. Ridgewood back on the attack. Trying to get the ball in. Artur Meslowski. Denied that time. The ball sent back to Ridgewood territory. Here comes Ridgewood one more time, and that's just going to go out of bounds. Irish ball. And Bell got inbound the ball. Gilfillan one more time. He keeps the ball in. Nice little move there. Bouncing the ball off his body. Gilfillan beats his man. Tries centering the ball. And the shot pops up, but the backup goalie, Matsus Kozlowski, enters in the game. He's the junior, the future goaltender. It appears for this team. He started 3 games this season, allowed 6 goals, got 17 saves, a 2.00 goals against average on the season. Get him some quality time here in the state championship game. Not very often that a backup goaltender is going to have to get in a game of this magnitude, so good experience for a young player. And here's Kevin Whalen looking for Cicerelli again, and that ball is going to pop right in. A nice centering pass, and Notre Dame 8-0.
Notre Dame scored by number 20, Mark Stride.
And Mark Stride gets on the board here. The starting goaltender adding to their pleasure. And we resume play here one more time, and here's Peter Soha taking the ball up. Soha's got some speed. Soha trying to find something, and he centers the pass, and that's knocked away by Nate Bell. And here comes Ridgewood one more time, and that ball's going to go over the goal. Going to set up a goal kick here. And the backup goaltender for the Irish, Mitchell Auer, the 6'1" sophomore. He's appeared in 8 games on the season, allowed 7 goals, 0.88 goals against average on the season. Again, like Ridgewood, putting their backup goaltender in.
For Peoria, the goalie is now number 1, Mitchell Auer.
And with an 8-0 score, this has now become the most lopsided state championship victory in IHSA school history in any class. We mentioned just a moment ago that Springfield High School set that record in 1997 with a 7-0 win over St. Joseph. And here's Cody Gilfillan one more time, trying to beat the defense. And he's turned away this time by the Rebel both teams fighting for possession. Here's Ridgewood trying to advance the ball, looking for Soha this time. That pass going a little too far, but Soha gets the rebound. Soha looking for someone. Soha had a brilliant season this year, 36 goals, 2 away from the school record. Still one of the best seasons for any forward in not just his school, but for any school. 36 goals is awfully impressive, and he's going to turn some heads for college scouts somewhere. And we're under 5 minutes to play here in regulation in the Class 2A state championship. Notre Dame leading 8-0. In what was a very competitive game in the first half, and even into the second half has gotten a little out of hand. Just too many good opportunities here for the Rebels, or for the Irish. And a kick here coming up for Notre Dame. And getting ready on the far sideline, you can see mass substitutions coming up here for Notre Dame. Looking to get a lot of young players in this game. And it looks like Notre Dame is just about to take out most all of their starters. For Peoria, Notre Dame, it's going to be a fitting end to a very, very dominant season that they've put together. Going to end the season 26-1. I mentioned earlier that their lone loss came to a friendly matchup to Carmondale in Missouri. They lost that match 3-0. And if the score holds up with under 4 minutes left to play, this is going to be the 16th shutout victory for Notre Dame this season, on their way to their 3rd school state championship in men's soccer. And for the Riverside Rebels, you can't say enough about the fantastic season that they've had, and historic season for this school. Their first chance to play for a state title, and some physicality there, and that's going to be called against the Rebels. As it appears that Scotty Cicerelli goes down to the field hard, but he pops up, no harm there. And the Irish can inbound the ball. Defended well there by the Rebels. Here comes Notre Dame one more time on the attack. Ryan Cocker. And both teams fighting for possession right now. And a sliding save right there, but that ball kicked back by Whalen, and the ball stolen. Notre Dame just looking to create some space right now. That pesky defense for the Rebels. Rebels inbound the ball one time, but that's off the foot of Tom Kuchek. And inbounding the ball for Notre Dame is Grant Inskeep. Inskeep gets the ball in, and it's going to be turned over to the Rebels. And nice pass toward the middle of the field. Krasinski with the ball, looking for, that's Greppo. And we're within 2 minutes here, a minute 15 remaining in regulation. Notre Dame, Ridgewood just fighting for the ball, fighting for possession. Ridgewood trying to advance the ball up. Here come the Rebels, and they're looking for Soha. Soha looking on a breakaway. Looked like he may have had a chance, but Ryan Kocher doing a nice job to thwart that attack, and Soha goes down. And that's going to be a free kick here for the Rebels. Soha going to get an opportunity. We're within a minute. And both student sections for both sides cheering on their team. A lopsided victory, but both teams extremely proud of what they've been able to accomplish this season. For Notre Dame, it's the goal that they set out at the beginning of the season to win a state championship. They're going to do that. Their 2nd state title in 3 years, 3rd in school history, as Soha's kick sails over the goal. And again for Ridgewood, what a fantastic season. Nobody expected them to be in this position, and this is a great platform for their program to continue success in the years to come. And the countdown is on. And the Notre Dame Irish up Peoria celebrating. They're going straight to the crowd, and you got to feel fantastic for them as they celebrate their 3rd state championship. A lot of players on this team were on the team that won in 2008, getting their 2nd chance to hoist that 1st place trophy. And for Ridgewood, there's some of their players on the ground extremely disappointed with the way that the game turned out. which should be extremely proud of the effort that they put in. And the Ridgewood crowd acknowledging the Rebels. A great sign. The players extremely appreciative of the support that they have gotten from their crowd and vice versa as they come out to salute their fans. High fives, Coach St. John out there saluting the fans as well. Great school support, they said, all week long. It's been just absolutely amazing, the support that they've got from everybody from Ridgewood. But for Peoria Notre Dame, the story is a state championship. They win it 8-0 and take home their third state crown for the Notre Dame Irish. We're going to take a short break. We're going to be back with interviews from the state champion Peoria Notre Dame Irish.
Presenting medallions and trophies are Matt Klosterman, men's soccer coach from North Central College, Francois Basti, assistant soccer coach from North Central College, Yanni Kapanen, women's soccer coach from North Central College, and Beth Salzer, IHSA administrator for boys soccer. At this time, please meet the Rebels of Ridgewood High School, who finished the 2010 season in second place with a final record of 19 wins, 7 losses, and 2 ties. First, meet the superintendent of Ridgewood High School, Dr. Robert Lupo. Principal, Jennifer Kessel. Athletic Director, Patrick Woods. Head Coach, Robert St. John. Assistant Coach, Kenny Caslin. Assistant Coach, John Weibel. Assistant Coach, Armando Cabrera. Assistant Coach, Tom Bishop. Manager Tyler Gurkus. Manager Mike Moraviec. Bailey Milanoff. Mateusz Kowalski. Mashe McGuigan. Jacek Bialek. Sean Fagan. Shemek Shabilski. Mike Kuchek. Igor Sak. Camille Voloshin. Peter Soya. Andy Mazurchek. Tom Kuchek. Wojciech Kapusiak. Artur Krasinski. Artur Minchuk. Matt Peck. Rafael Kapuchek. Rafael Maslowski. Mario Shambida. Edwin Giles. Irvin Grepo. Mateusz Koras. And Artur Szwajkowski. At this time, please meet the Irish of Notre Dame High School. They finished the 2010 season in first place with a final record of 26 wins and 1 loss. Please meet the principal, Charlie Roy. Athletic Director, Matt Blackford. The presentation of the first and second place team and individual awards for the 2010 Boys 2A Soccer Final. Presenting medallions and trophies are Matt Klosterman, men's soccer coach from North Central College, Francois Basti, assistant soccer coach from North Central College, Yanni Kapanen, women's soccer coach from North Central College, and Beth Salzer, IHSA administrator for boys soccer. At this time, please meet the Rebels of Ridgewood High School, who finished the 2010 season in second place with a final record of 19 wins, 7 losses, and 2 ties. First, meet the superintendent of Ridgewood High School, Dr. Robert Lupo. Principal, Jennifer Kelsel. Athletic Director, Patrick Woods. Head Coach, Robert St. John. Assistant Coach, Kenny Casron. Assistant Coach, John Weibel. Assistant Coach, Armando Cabrera. Assistant Coach, Tom Bishop. Manager Tyler Gurkus. Manager Mike Moraviec. Billy Milanoff. Mateusz Kowalski. Mashe McGuyen. Yatsuk Bialik. Sean Fagan. Shemek Jablowski. Mike Kuchek. Igor Sak. Camille Voloshin. Peter Soya. Andy Mazurchek. Tom Kuchek. Wojciech Kapusiak. Artur Krasinski. Artur Minchuk. Matt Peck. Raphael Kapuchek. Raphael Maslowski. Mario Shambida. Edwin Giles. Irvin Greco. Mateusz Koras. And Artur Shveikovsky. At this time, please meet the Irish of Notre Dame High School. They finished the 2010 season in first place with a final record of 26 wins and 1 loss. Please meet the principal, Charlie Roy. Athletic Director Matt Blackford. Trainer Kathy Wells. Head Coach Mike Bear. Assistant Coach Danny Burke. Assistant Coach Eric Larson. Assistant Coach James Johnson. Assistant Coach Dave Schuler. Father Dustin Schultz. Manager Grayson McGraw. Mark Stride. Mitchell Auer. Jake Swank. Ryan Kutcher. Dylan Stockman. Grant Inskeep. Nick Arnold. Brad Lazari. Johnny Frampton. Vince Ciccarelli. Nate Bell. Ben Fiddies. Drew O'Leary. Scotty Ciccarelli. Nick Finnerty. Kevin Whalen. Drew Whalen. Matt Buck. Connor Schuler. Alex Garcia. Cody Gilfillan. Brett Lane. And JJ Swamba. Will Coach St. John and the captains from Ridgewood please step forward to receive the second place trophy. And will Coach Blair and the captains from Notre Dame please step forward to receive the first place trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, this year's Class 2A first and second place teams. North Central College.
To win a state championship, you guys had a ton of talent. You got it done. What's the first thing on your mind?
Again, I just give credit to the players. I mean, these kids work so hard year-round, and they're willing to put in the time to be successful, and the result is a state championship.
And so one of your first keys to the game when we talked before the game was score early. You were able to do that, and almost like clockwork where you said, you could see the other team's head getting down a little bit, and you guys just piled it on from there.
Yeah, and I think really when we got the second goal is really when the floodgates opened up. You could really see they were down. And again, once we get a couple goals, our guys just start getting so excited. Everybody wants the ball. Everybody wants to score goals, and that's when we play our best soccer.
I don't know if you know this, but you just set the record for the largest point deficit, or the largest
Differential.
Thank you for that. In a state championship match. Are you surprised?
I'm not. I mean, we're just an explosive team. I mean, we've scored a lot of goals this year. I don't know what our final number was, but it was over 120 goals in one season, which is pretty incredible. And that is a testament, number one, to our defense keeping us in games and never putting us in a hole. And number two, from just having so many offensive weapons. I mean, from Ciccarelli, an All-American, to Gilfillan, to Frampton, to Whalen, to Garcia. I mean, anybody on any given day can score for us. And I think that's what makes this team so special.
Speaking of anybody can score for you, Mark Stride, stepping in there, and he got a goal himself, the starting goaltender. He had almost as many goals today that was scored upon him the entire season. Was that a plan for you to put him in?
You know what, he told us, it's probably been a few weeks now. He said, Coach, if we make the state championship and we're up 5 goals, you got to give me a chance up top. I got to score a goal. So we had to, I didn't think it was going to be a 5-0 game, and I told him, yeah, we'll put you up top. And got 4-0, and he was already asking to come out to get in up top. And so when it hit 5, we got him out, got his gear on, and told the guys, the only guy that could score, because generally we only score 7 on teams. We respect the mercy rule, and we feel it's a classy way to just end it at 7. But today, kind of a unique situation. We got the final goal, the 7th goal, right as he was getting ready to come in. So we told the guys that he was the only guy that could score a goal, and they were looking for him.
And defensively, Stride only had 8 goals given up all season, and 3 of those goals came in one game in Missouri. This team, Ridgewood, they had a lot of speed coming in. You knew that. And defensively, did you guys execute better than you thought? Or was it just a game plan that you had going in and it just worked out perfect? You know,
we came in with the game plan of we're going to play them straight up in the back like we always do. And we knew they had a strong player up top in Soa. And, you know, we basically said, let's see what he gives us in the first 10. If it's a situation where he's hurting us, we'll man mark him. But if not, we'll play the way we always play. And you know, we haven't changed our back line for anyone we've played all year. And we've played some pretty special teams, some very good teams from around the country, nationally ranked teams. So, you know, we felt that our defense could handle it. And they did a great job. They were just solid, really limited their chances. And I don't know what the final shot count was, but it seemed like a lot to very few chances for them.
So, final question. You're going to lose a lot of talented players this year, you know, due to graduation. How many returning players do you have coming back, and are you going to be back here next year?
Hope to be back. You know, it's 3 years in a row, 3 straight state championship game appearances. You know, last year we were here with only 3 seniors, and we brought a big senior class in this year. We had a big senior class in 08 when we won the state championship. Next year is going to be just another year. We got a big sophomore group, a lot of juniors, that are going to be juniors, and we'll have a small senior class next year, but a quality senior class. Kind of reminds me of the team from last year where people didn't have very high expectations for us because they said you graduated all these guys. But I think at Notre Dame, where we've gotten to the point that we don't rebuild, we reload every year. And the guys come in with the expectation to win a state championship and to be here today with a chance to win a state championship. So we hope to be back.
All right, well, I'm sure you guys will be right in the mix. Coach, congratulations again.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Cody, first off, congratulations on the state championship. Offensively, you started off here with 2 goals. Was that a surprise for you to get as many open looks as you guys had today?
Not too much. You know, we work hard all year moving the ball and getting us and allowing ourselves to get in positions where we were able to score. And you know, coming into the game, we just we needed to capitalize early. And we put in a couple of first half, which took the pressure off in the second half. And in the second half, it was all downhill from there.
Your coach said before the game that to jump on them early was a goal of your guys. As soon as you got that second goal, you saw their attitude kind of shift towards defensive. Did that have any part in?
Yeah, definitely. Well, you know, teams know that they might only get 1 or 2 shots against our defense. And, you know, they got to capitalize on that. But when they see they get a second goal, when we put a second goal on them, it really hurts their momentum and deflates them a little bit. And then that's when we really hit our stride and start putting in 3, 4, and 5.
Now, I think I talked to one of your family members earlier today. We said a little hello to your brother out in Hong Kong.
Oh, yeah.
And so just say something to your brother.
Yeah, I'm sure he's watching this. It's probably like 2:30 a.m. out in Hong Kong, but just wanted to say, hey, thanks for watching, Ben, and got a championship for you.
All right, well, congratulations again.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.